Yes. So as we have discussed a couple of days ago, this is the interface of Nuke. And let me show some important things when we get started with Nuke. Okay, so as you get into After Effects, what we do, we basically create uh, kind of project settings, right? So you create a composition, you create the size, and you set FPS and all those things, right? So here we will not be able to create a separate video from you. You're not going to focus on something like motion graphics visualization like that, but that's possible. Last class you have seen it, right? So you'll be able to frame. I mean, you'll be able to freeze a timeline, and you will be able to animate vectors which you have brought in, or any solid layer which you'll be able to create in similar to After Effects, but not at the quality of After Effects. So, so yes, just getting started with the first shortcut you have to remember is when you open your software, the first shortcut is yes. Yes, over here. This is your project settings. Your project settings has all the details of number of frames, FPS, and size requirements and everything. So I actually don't know anything regarding this. I'm not able to get from the footage. Imagine. So you have a footage and you don't have any idea of all these data, number of frames or whatever frame rate, size, you don't know. So okay, just get directly inside and we'll click R and we'll open our file wherever we have this. Let me get the same shot which we were using for that painting animation. So the same girl will be using for this visualization. This totally it's 50 frames, and you guys have to roto that 50 frames again. So okay. The assignment is you guys have to make this girl separate from the layer, and then you have to make her come on a bigger, different background, and you can also add this motion blur behind and all those things. Like, the layer which is behind has to be slightly blurred, and so that it gives you the depth of the visualization. So you can make use of those stuff. So I'll be also helping you like how you have to create your motion blur and also the camera blur and all in new. Okay, so we have a viewer node over here. So connecting to your viewer node is you can simply click with one. And as I was showing you that each and every footage, like multiple footages can be imported, but still everything has to be connected with a different number. I will be able to switch to 2, 3, 4, and all those things, and I'll be able to view it. Okay, so coming back to our task over here. So now I have imported my read node. So my read node says some details to me. Can you see this HD format, which I was not aware of previously when I was setting my project settings. Okay, clicking on this. Let me get this HD 1920. So this is my format, and okay, so the original frames is going to be 1 to 150, and it's set to 150. It's locked. The range is locked actually. Yes. And apart from that, there is nothing to take from. Yes, I guess. Okay, so we can just close this read mode as of now. Okay, and then here also we have made everything set. So this is done. So your project settings is also done. Okay. So after this, you.
So for the project setting, what shortcut did you use?
Sorry.
What was the shortcut that you used?
Used for settings.
Yes, sir.
That is yes.
Okay, okay.
Project settings, the shortcut is yes. Okay. Okay, so getting started with my rotoscoping work over here. So I'm just going to use Roto node. Do you remember like what was the shortcut for Roto node? Someone remembers? Okay, so the shortcut of Roto node is O, right? So not R, just remember the second letter O is the shortcut for Roto, because R has been assigned to read node, right? Yeah, when it comes to read node, I missed something to say. Normally, it will look like this. read node will obviously look like this, where you can open, you can see your files and everything. So till if you want to preview your file, just click on this, and here the play button, right? So just click here. You'll be having an additional window which shows you the preview of your footage. Okay, and it also shows some additional details like number of frames and format, size, and everything. So this is more important when you're getting a file from a different size or multiple sizes. So basically, it happens when you're a compositor. You don't know like what footage is shot and shot at what size. For example, sometimes we might be using with the stock footages, which is somewhere around 4K, which might be somewhere 2K. Like the footage which we shot might be at HD. So it depends on this helps you, or this gives you an idea of what can be scaled, what cannot be scaled. So when it comes to the HD footage, you have to your footage which has been shot on HD cannot be scaled at any point of time, because HD is the least format of video file which we use for theatrical projections. So we cannot prefer HD mostly for theatrical projections, but still, that could be the least. Okay. So yes, so getting in here again, like okay, so clicking on my Roto node, I mean opening my Roto node. So there are two ways to open my Roto node. Click on tab and click on type Roto. Yes, I can also get like this, and I also have an option of okay, I don't need this. Okay, and I also have an option like click O, and I also get my Roto nodes. Can you see Roto 1, Roto 2? Okay. So these are two Roto nodes, and you can also right away you can see this two Roto nodes which are visible on the screen. So I can connect at any point of time. That can also happen. So for me, it's enough with Roto 1 as of now. So let me start with this Roto scope. I mean this Roto node. Yes. So once I select this Roto node, can you see there is a slight change in my window? Can you see this? This this cursor, these additional buttons. So I'll just previously it was like this, right? So when I imported my Roto node, you see this additional content which has been popping up. So I'll be able to see some beziers, B-splines, and all those things. So here, this is not something like After Effects. You have multiple options over here. You have even for the bezier, you have 2, 3 options. Like one is this bezier. So the first bezier this is the one. So you will be able to draw as you do on After Effects mask. Okay, so yes, and here can you see this Z? So this shortcut, I mean, like this arm is being expanding due to since I was clicking Z. Okay, so then when I need to shorten this, then it's Shift Z. So can you see this? Yes, it can turn around at any point. If I don't have you know a control arm, then I would be able to create it. I'll be able to hold my control button, and I'll be able to animate some. Sorry, I'll be able to make a function over here like this. So it basically depends on. Okay, so this is one type of bezier. So, so once you create a bezier, can you see this? This is your bezier over here. So if you're having the same, you'll be able to create another bezier same way. So no, I just need the same. Okay. Okay. So okay. So now connected. So can you see this? Okay. Okay. So can you see the second bezier? So where I'll be able to move the second bezier along. I'll be able to lock this previous bezier. And multiple things can happen. So yes, the previous bezier is locked now, and here I'm going to partially conduct this movement. Yes, yes. So Okay, so this is how we basically work with multiple beziers over here. Let me delete those stuffs. Okay, so this is one type of bezier we have. Another one is called as B-spline. Okay, so only sharp edges. So this is another type of bezier which we use over here. So it depends on, you see, you can add the influence arms later, but still when you're working on with, you will not be able to work with. And yes, I just missed an important thing over here. Can you see this the small needle over here, which is actually the motion blur of the footage, for example. Yes. So when I even pull it over here, so this feather region is very important, and this feather region is going to give you an idea of. So, okay, so feather region is something which basically gives you a motion blur impact when you're working on with the stages. So you can see this the motion blur slight impact on. So you can same way you can increase the motion blur stuff according to your requirement and depth. Can you see this dynamic layer? When I pull this over here, can you see this impact over here at this point? So that is how Nuke has been controlling the motion blur. It has some basic content, and that is how it helps us to make good VFX shots. Okay, so yes, so getting back here, deleting also. Okay, turning off my alpha layer. Yes, my next is B-spline. So B-spline is something where we have to click on multiple things, and I'm sorry, 2-3 places, and then you'll be able to get a specific curve. And so you will not be able to create anything in the sense like you'll not be able to create a specific roto like other beziers. So you have to create something like this. So which basically helps starters, that is freshers, to have a better understanding on shapes basically. So this is also suggestible if you guys are planning to work with rotoscopy over here. So okay. So coming back here, previously when we had our constant layer, what happened was we had a constant. Okay, and the constant had a constant color. Then maybe green. Okay, then blue. Okay. So this constant has to be connected to. Okay, okay. So this is my constant, and I have a roto. Yes, in the same roto, I'll copy this. Okay, I'm connecting this over here. Okay, I'll add a pre-mult. Okay, so now I just need these visualization to move. Okay, so what do I do is I just don't animate the roto. I just need to animate the constant. So how do I do that? Is I'll add a transform after this. Okay, and my transform would be able to move according to the command. So I'll be able to animate. Okay, so this is one type of transformation. So using this transform node, I'm just going to make use of this position maybe. So still, not exactly, still. Let me move it somewhere here. We'll give that position of so I'm just going to set key for both x and y values, and after getting into 20th frame, I'm just giving them back to this position. And so this automatically records the values. So can you see this? So this is happening something like a basic animation which has been added for a constant layer. Okay, so I'm just showing the difference between a roto layer and how a roto animation automatically happens. And I'm showing something with a transform. So you need not record anything when it comes to roto. So did you see here when I was animating here? Since I was making it over here. Okay, for the third position, I'm just when I create something, this automatically creates. Yes. Right. Okay, so I have 3 frames now. So it's something moving. Oh, okay. Then seeing some error over here. Okay, just let me scroll and show you this. Yes, can you see this? So this is how you create a basic animation inside your Nuke over here, but you may not have this struggle of setting keys every time you go to copy. Let me delete this and just getting into this first frame. Okay, so yes, so this is going to be a first frame. I'm just taking it the alpha channel. Oh, okay, so this has been disconnected. Okay, so let me connect this. So yes, so now when I get into my alpha channel, can you see this? So this perfect shape has been transformed from here, and I have it like this, and it also shows me the B spline over here. So now I'm just going to the next fifth frame, where it may be very helpful for me to move in. Yes, this time the shoulder has slightly changed. Okay, so I'm having it. So the next 10th frame, can you see the automatic creation of keyframes? Okay, so this time we have slightly more work. Yeah, yes. So see here, I'm not pulling anything. I'm not making any ads. I'm just making changes in my layer. So that's all. So this is going to be more easy than what you did in After Effects. Okay, so this is one this here. Okay, so this is just a shape as of now. Okay. So let me see this the rest of the 5 frames. Okay, what's this? Closing everything over here. So let me see. Since I closed my Roto, I'm not able to see anything like the keyframes which has been created. Can you see? It's perfectly done. It's perfect. So it actually okay. We have slight changes, slight tweaks to be done over here. Okay, so let me get to 20th frame again. So let me disable this for some time. I'm disabling my pre-mul for some time. Okay, selecting my okay. Okay, I'm not deforming anything as of now. I'm just moving as per the requirement, and then we'll look at this later. I'm not looking at the perfection, guys, but when you're submitting, it has to be more perfect. Okay, so 35. So 35, we have a lot of gaps to be worked here. So and I suggest everyone to start with B splines, not with the the normal Bezier. So let's start with B-spline, which would be more efficient and you would be further using B-spline stuffs in Silhouette and other softwares. So it is better advisable to get an idea of how B-spline works. Okay, so let's getting started here. Change plot here. Okay, so imagine this is perfect. So we don't have anything to work with this time. Imagine everything set. So then what happens here? So you have started with this portion and now you have finished the right side shoulder of the girl. So how do you move on from here? What's the next part, guys? What do we do next? Anyone? Okay, so this is not perfect. You guys have to make it in a better way, better perfect, and better visualization has to be given, and you have to compose to. It's not this time. It's not just going to be a rotoscopy visual. Like you have to compose it. You have to submit it with a channel blur even with your footage. Okay. So yes, so getting started with the next roto node this time. Okay, so let me open that. So okay. Okay, so so yes, so again getting started. So this time what you have to do is this footage has multiple movements. So that girl is basically jerking and she's walking. Yes, so 50 frames. Yes. So the footage is actually jerking a lot when the girl is walking. So what we do is you have to analyze the earring separately and this earring separately. So this is not just going to be easy. Right? So you have to focus each and everything of the character. Previously, you were doing multiple layers of the whole body, and that was quite easy for you. This time it should be easy for you. And now so this earring has to be separately made a roto because it's been shaking a lot individually. So the dynamics of yes, so that's completely different, and you have to make a separate roto according to that earrings movement, and also this part of the earring. So the left side of the earring also has to be made. So zoom as possible as you can, and just make the roto process just two beziers, one or two beziers will be able to match with that stuff, and that should be more easy. So the when adding the second bezier again, like you will be okay. Or this time you guys also can do something like have a layer which covers the costumes. So each and every layer can be uh, connected easily, and the visualization will be more easy. So that is one idea behind this. So when you have your second layer, or once you're done with the first layer of Bezier, just hide this. You can also rename those stuffs, and then you can have it as a different name so that you might not get confused. First of all. And when it comes to the second Bezier, so you can have this second Bezier over here, and again the same way Oh, okay, I started in the middle. Okay, 20th frame. Same way, we have to go to the first frame, and we'll be able to move it, animate it according to the need. So, not just, I mean, I'm not focusing on the perfection, I'm just showing. Okay. So when it comes here. Yes, so we have slightly made something similar. Okay, okay. So we have, by now we have two years, and let me open my P1. Yes, so let me see. So stuff. Yes, this is not a perfect roto, but still you'll be able to connect like some of the RGB layers of the footage, RGB pixels of the footage has been extracted separately with by using multiple beziers. One is Beastman, other one is a normal bezier. So is it clear till this? The same way you will be able to add multiple beziers over here, and those beziers will be helping you create something like this. And don't forget the stream out, guys. So that's more important. Any questions? Everyone has this footage, right?